Shalom. First, let's start off with giving all glory and honor to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahushai by Hashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to teachers, elders, and apostles of Great Millstone, likewise, brothers putting out this truth. Faithfully, fearlessly feeding the sheep into brothers and sisters. Tuning in, Shalom. Today's lesson's title: Edomites are not your burden to carry, Jake. Now, we see what's going on here in Great Babylon, America. You have these ICE agents that are now deleting so-called white people or the Edomites. Okay, you see an apparent economic downsizing here in Great Babylon, America. Okay, and you're seeing these individual Edomites, crying and sighing and complaining about not being able to afford anything. You're seeing a lot of demonstration and protests going on. And in reality, what is happening is that these Edomites, catching hell, the hell, that has always been synonymous, to the children of Israel, so-called blacks and Americans and Latinos, and what you would have, is you jakes out there, so-called blacks, Native Americans and Latinos, have a compassion, you feel an urge and a need to save a cracker, and what we are telling you is, they are not your burden. It is prophecy that they will go into hardcore bondage, and ours will come to an end. Let's go into the scripture here. This is the book of Jeremiah 49, and starting with verse 12, and it reads, "For thus said the Lord, Yahweh Shai, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken, and art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it." Now, if these Edomites, if they could figure out a way how to get out of going into slavery, going into captivity, having the judgments, or the plagues come upon them, pursuant to Deuteronomy 30 and 7, because they are our main enemy, these other tribes are too, but they are our main enemy. So the Lord is going to deal with them, all the judgments that we received in the book of Deuteronomy 28. These Edomites are going to get it, but they're going to get it double. And what you're seeing right now at the lower level, is these Edomites are trying to finesse Jake. Hey, we're in the same boat together. Why don't we join hands together? Why don't we work things out? So where were you, when Jake's going through all the hell, Y'all were pointing at the TV screen and going, why are those people always complaining? Now, here you are right now, experiencing the sorrow, and the pain that we've come, to accept as part of our life here in Great Babylon, America, especially the wise, we know that we're in captivity still. So this is no longer a surprise to us. But what we're letting you jakes out there know, stop having that compassionate heart for your enemy, because let's go into the book of Ecclesiastes 12, and starting with verse 10, it reads, "Never trust thine enemy." Now you have to understand who your enemy is, who are your enemy, These other tribes are your enemies, Jake. You have enemies. There are 18 tribes, 17 of them are your enemy. In the case of the hopefully Lek, it's 17 and 2/3, because you 2/3, you will side with them if it came down to it, to get that last slice of bread, and also to have your oppressor, pat you in the head and say, what a good little nigga you are, It says, for like us iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust had not been altogether wiped away. They just want to get with you, Jakes. Let's stand up together. Let's arm ourselves. Let's go up against the government. Let's march together. Let's do all these things together. You guys know how to do it. You've been doing it from the 60s. Let's do it. And once they've used you, there's some way, somehow, we're going to put you right back in your nigger position that you're currently in right now. Because even the most dumbest, useless, stupidest, buck-teeth, rotten brat, Edomite, look at you, no matter how successful you are, as beneath them, because they will refuse to believe that this kingdom of theirs is going to be coming to an end. But it is, and you, Jakes, need to get out of the mindset of trying to save a cracker, Let's go into the book of Proverbs 11, and starting with verse 20, it reads, "They that are of a froward heart are an abomination to the Lord Yahweh Shai, but such as are upright in their way are his delight, which is we, us, the so-called blacks and Americans and Latinos, okay, the righteous, okay, the true biblical Hebrew Israelites, okay, including the scatter, okay, birds that are across, the speckled birds that are across this earth. It says, though hand join in hand, okay, you want to go marching with them, you want to go do weapon training with them, and you're going to go join the militia, and you guys going to get together, and you're going to stand against oppression, okay, the wicked should not be unpunished. Who's the wicked? Esau, these might the so-called white people, they're wicked. But the seed of the righteous shall be delivered, the 1/3 elect. Wouldn't you want to be part of that, Jake? Why would you burden yourself with their problems? This is their problems. Now, we do have Jacob's trouble, but this is their problem. This is their economic collapse. This is their kingdom going to be destroyed, okay, by the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay, so we, as the watchmen, okay, the hopeful elect, we're celebrating every single day. Every time we look and we see another disaster, another setback of this place, we're like, yes, yes, yes. Okay, let's go into the book of Job. Okay, 21 and verse 20, start with 29. It reads, have ye not asked them that go by the way, and do ye not know their tokens, that the wicked is reserved to the day of destruction? They shall be brought forth to the day of wrath. Okay, so the Lord is not preserving them to beam them up on a chariot and, give them a crown of life and all that. No. Okay, what you've seen happening right now is just the beginning, okay, of a horrific life that they're going to have in the heavenly kingdom, because they have to obey the laws, the commandments, okay, in the heavenly kingdom. This is going to be really tough for them, and we're going to go into some of those, okay, but they're going to be beneath you, despite the fact that you want to carry them, carry their burden. You can't let a so-called white woman, bruise her toes, and the so-called white man, you can't have him get his fingers dirty. You have to protect them because they're so fragile, and they're finally coming to you and acknowledging you. Okay, so you feel important. Here it is. You have the man of the Lord telling you you're a God. You're Yasharallah, Prince of the Power. But if it comes from a doggone, down and out piece of shit, friggin' Edomite cracker, now it means something to you. And this is the reason why you're taking on their burden. Okay, you're getting involved in all of their foolishness, and we're telling you, don't. Okay, let's go into the book of Amos 3, starting with verse 1. It reads, hear this word that the Lord Yahweh Shai has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities. Can two walk together except they be agreed? Okay, so a lot of the wickedness that you see Jacob participating in right now, okay, despite the fact that the prophets are letting them know, what? Get out of that mindset of these Edomites. Stop selling. We were there. We understood. Okay? And there is consequences, okay, for being involved in the ways of these heathens, especially the Edomites. Okay? Let's go into some of these things, and you can see why this is a problem, and you can see it manifesting when you see these YouTube videos and TikTok videos of Eve crying and Jake's crying, and when I say that, I'm talking about the so-called blacks, Native American, and Hispanic who are crying because things didn't turn out the way they thought it was going to turn out to be, okay? And they're experiencing the negative, the after effect of when you trust your enemy, okay? This is Jeremiah 10, and start verse 2. It reads, thus said the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, learn not the ways of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. For the heathen are dismayed at them. For the custom of the people are in vain. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hand of the workman. With the axe they deck it with silver and gold, they fashion it with nails and with hammers, that it move not. They are upright as the palm tree, but speak not. They must need be born, because they cannot go. Okay, here's the deal. What is this talking about? Okay, this is talking about them and these holidays. Okay, what have these holidays brought you? Okay, you have that Cupid holiday, okay, Valentine coming up, okay, you just had the Martin Luther King Day, okay, you have every 3 or 4 weeks, there's some new type of holiday, some type of new celebration. Okay, you want to continuously live in their ways, and some of those ways, okay, have been detrimental to you. Why are you having a lot of cases of HIV and all kinds of sexually transmitted disease? It's because you're following the ways of these Edomites. Okay, sodomy. Okay, you're wasting money on these holidays. Is why all you jakes are crying out that you're broke right now. The economy is falling, so now you have no savings to weather these economic downturn. Okay, you lost, okay, in all of the ways of these doggone Edomites. You eat the abominable food. Okay, in fact, let's go into the book of Leviticus 20 and 13. And what does it say here? It reads, if a man also lie with mankind as he lied with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They should surely be put to death. Their blood should be upon them. And this is a big thing, okay, that Jake's get involved with. You know, I was just working out today in the gym at the hotel, and when you know, about 10 minutes before I was going to leave, who walks in? Two fruitcake Jakes. Oh, man, you could bet they were flaming, boy. Okay, you know, and it was kind of like, this is kind of what helped, you know, pop this lesson into my head, because it's like you could see, okay, out here in San Francisco, I guess that's a pretty much a lifestyle out here for the most part, you know, amongst these, people out there, particularly these Edomites. And you probably will see it around, you know, depends on what pod you go into. But here they were in the hotel, you know, together. And it was a disgusting sight, okay, to see. But they learned that from who? They learned that from the ways of these Edomites. Because these Edomites, okay, are naturally friggin' doggone sodomites. That's why this place is known as spiritual Sodom and Egypt. Okay, let's go into Leviticus 20. Okay, and starting with verse 15, it says, and if a man lie with beasts, he shall surely be put to death, and ye shall slay the beast. And if a woman approach unto any beast and lie down thereto, thou shalt kill the woman and the beast. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood should be upon them. Okay, so this is a command against what? Bestiality. Okay, these I say. Okay, what do you see? Okay, these Edomites love kissing their dogs. Okay, and there's many cases, and we put out the videos out there. I'm not going to put the news articles in regards to it. Okay, but I put it out before, and of course YouTube took it down. Okay, but it shows with women, these Edomite women having sex with their dogs, and so does a man. Okay, and other very kind of animals. You know, I think in California, I had an article which I did bring out a few years back, you know, concerning these sex farms with animals out there in California, out there in Northern California, where they would go to the stables. Okay, in fact, one Edomite man, he died because he was having sex with a male horse. Okay, and basically, that horse screwed him to death. Let's put it that way. Okay. So you can see here these sick, depraved things. Okay, it's what you learn when you walk, okay, with your enemy, with Esau, the Edomite, the so-called white man, because they're sicko. Okay, they're the psychopaths. They're demented. They're an abomination. Okay, let's go to the book of Isaiah 13 and starting with verse 15, and it reads, because the Lord Yahweh has told you, okay, when the sun returns, okay, if you're joined on Esau, you get them what they be in you pledging your allegiance to them like that, guess what? You're going to get those same judgments that's coming to them. Okay, it says everyone that is found should be thrust through. Okay, talking about these Edomites, the enemies of Yahweh Shai, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword, including you, Jakes. Their children also should be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses should be spoiled and their wives ravished. Okay, and we know what that means. Behold, I will stir up the meats against them, which shall not regard silver for gold. They should not delight in it. Their bows also shall dash a young man to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. So we know that at some point in time, here in Great Babylon, America, okay, there's going to be, okay, a war taking place in the streets of America, okay, and it's going to be a very horrific one. Of its children and women are not going to be spared. So again, Jake, they are not your burden. They are not your burden. Stop being in that spirit of save a doggone cracker, okay? And the thing that you can take a look at, okay, is they don't agree with you, okay, in the true identity, who the true biblical Hebrew Israelites are. Okay, what does Yahweh Bashim Shai looks like? Who does Yahweh the Most High looks like, or Yahushua the Son? What does the prophets look like? Okay, do they believe in the prophecies of salvation for the biblical Hebrew Israelite? Okay, or is it for everybody? Do they believe in the prophecies of the Esau's destruction, or they believe, okay, it's just going to be, Esau is going to just go right into the sunset, or it's going to be forgiven and sweet love and Jesus come? Okay, so if you believe in that, you will bear Esau's burden. Okay, you will want and desire to save a cracker. Okay, let's go to the book of Jeremiah 10 and verse 16. It reads, the portion of Jacob, 12 tribe of Israel, is not like them, for he's the form of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. The Lord, Yahweh Shemashai of hosts, is his name. So we have next, and that's all you need to worry about. So why in the hell would you burden yourself with the BS, okay, that these Edomites are going through right now? Let them fall. Let them fall. Only with thine eyes you will see the reward, okay, of the wicked, if you are part of the chosen. Lord willing, like I said, the Father that goes by giving all glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash, Shalom.